Welcome to Healing Touch for Self-Care. Promote relaxation and well-being with energy therapy. I'm Lori Ratto, RN, Healing Touch certified practitioner and instructor and certified clinical aromatherapist. In this video, you will learn the multiple benefits of Healing Touch, understand the basic concept of how it works. You're going to experience your own energy field and then learn 2 self-care techniques to help you promote relaxation and peace in your body, mind, and spirit. Now, before we get started with that, I'd like to take just a few minutes to tell you how I found Healing Touch and why it's so important to me. So when I was in my late 40s, I developed chronic upper back and neck pain after an injury, and I chose not to use medication every day to control it. And that's when I did a deep dive into these, what were then called alternative and complementary therapies. The first class I came upon that gave nurses continuing education units was Healing Touch. I knew nothing about energy medicine. Now, this was the Healing Touch Level 1 class, which is a 16-hour class. And after taking that class, I knew I was going to work with a practitioner to help alleviate my chronic pain, and that was my next path in nursing and in helping people to heal. And that's exactly what I did. And I've never looked back since. Working with a Healing Touch practitioner and doing other complementary therapies, I was doing aromatherapy as well as guided imagery. I did resolve my chronic pain, and I've helped many others relieve emotional, physical, and mental challenges and issues throughout the years that I've been a practitioner. I opened my first private practice in 2009 part-time, and I ended up leaving conventional medicine completely in 2011 just to do my integrative medicine practice. So I still have an active RN license, and I have been an RN for over 40 years. So I have seen the wonderful things conventional medicine can do, and I've also seen its limitations. But what I can tell you is by combining the two, the integrative therapies with the conventional medicine, you have the best of both worlds and the best opportunity to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now let's dive in. So as I said, there are multiple benefits of Healing Touch. It can help reduce physical pain. It's very good at reducing anxiety, stress, and depression, reduces side effects from chemotherapy and radiation, eases chronic conditions, including fatigue. It can improve sleep and your mood. It helps to facilitate wound healing. It supports wellness and prevention, so it's not just for use when you're sick. And it can enhance your spiritual connection. So I told you about how Healing Touch and some other therapies helped me to resolve my chronic pain. And I can tell you, I have used Healing Touch when I was going through the program. I was working in the emergency room at a small community hospital. And some people would come in really anxious but not want medications. I could go in and do a 5-minute technique on them, and they would feel calmer and be able to make better choices for themselves. I worked at a clinic that served low-income women that were undergoing chemo and radiation for over 6 years. And I have a lot of experience and saw how Healing Touch emotionally and physically supports people going through chemo and radiation. People's neuropathy improved after receiving Healing Touch treatments. They said emotionally they felt less anxious, and they were able to go to their next, therapy session feeling much calmer. And overall, they felt that their quality of life was better after receiving Healing Touch. And these are just a few personal examples. Now, this is the definition of healing touch. It is an energy healing therapy in which practitioners consciously use their hands in a heart-centered and intentional way to support and facilitate physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health and self-healing. Now, healing touch is based on the premise that we are more than our physical bodies and that there is a subtle energy field that surrounds us and is linked to our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health. Healing touch uses light touch on the body or just above the body to clear and restore balance to the energy field. This facilitates our body's self-healing process. It is safe, gentle, non-invasive, and there are no known contraindications to using it. And all you need for this wonderful therapy are your hands and an open, loving heart. So healing touch works with the 7 major chakras within your body and the field around you. Now, if you studied chakras at all, some books talk about up to 12 separate chakras, but healing touch uses the basic 7 chakras. And this is not new. There are many ancient cultures that work with the chakras, such as yoga, Tai Chi, martial arts, Reiki, Qigong, etc. Now, each chakra is associated with a specific region of the body and specific organs, glands, and they each have their own mental, emotional processes that they're linked to. And as each of these energy centers spins, it creates a layer of the biofield around you. So, for example, the root chakra is specific to your legs and hips, as well as your overall general body health. It has to do with the colon for the organ and the adrenal glands, because that is linked to your fight or flight response. From an emotional, mental standpoint, it has to do with your will to survive and to feeling safe and belonging here on the earth. And it creates the first layer of your biofield. So as each chakra spins, it creates a layer of this biofield. Each layer interpenetrates the physical body as well as every other layer, and they are constantly talking to each other and to the environment. So think of it this way. When you have an open flowing river, everything on each side of the river and within the river is healthy. The fish, the plants, the animals that come there to eat. But we live in a very human world, and life is not so easy. We have many things that can throw us out of balance. For example, losing a job, getting a divorce, or even simple things that happen on a regular basis, getting stuck in traffic every day, or not getting along with a coworker at work. So these trees or limbs start to fall into the river and it doesn't flow as well. It's still flowing, but just not as rapidly, and it's not able to clear everything out like it used to. And if we don't process our emotions and these issues that come up for us, pretty soon we have a huge log jam. So the water is just trickling down and everything is backing up below the dam, and stuff above it isn't getting the nourishment it needs. So now the stream is no longer healthy. And that's when you develop disease or illness. And this has actually been documented. So now we're going to do a little exercise where you can feel your own energy system. So what I'd like you to do is rub your hands together and then put them a little bit more than shoulder width apart and gradually have them come towards each other. And what I want you to try to sense is maybe a temperature change. It could be hot or cold. It could be a resistance. It could be a tingling. It might be a knowing that, like right here. Some people describe this as an underinflated beach ball. So they can come in a little bit and then it gets a little more harder to come together. So you're just now feeling the energy between your own two hands. Now, if you don't feel anything, that's perfectly okay. Not everyone can feel the energy. If you can feel the energy, then you're kinesthetic. If you can't feel the energy, it's okay. These techniques will still work even if you can't feel it. Now, everyone has their own gifts. Some people can do this and just know when they feel an energy ball without actually feeling it. But we'll get more into that if you choose to take level 1 of healing touch. Now, before you can work on yourself or another person, you need to prepare yourself. First, we have to get into a state of love and compassion and to be present. So the way to do that is we ground ourselves, we center, and we attune. What it means to ground yourself is to be fully present in your body and in your mind. So you're not thinking about your to-do list. You're not thinking about what happened yesterday. You're totally present and you're in your body and you're connected to the earth. That's the important part, being connected to the earth. And then you want to go to that quiet place within so you can connect to your higher self or higher power. And the easiest way to do that is to focus on your breath. Attuning just means to make a passionate, energetic connection. Now, today we're doing self-care, so you're going to just attune to yourself. But if you choose to take another healing touch class where you're working on other people, then you actually attune to the other person's energy field so that you can work on them. So I'd like to take you through a short meditation right now to do all three of these things. So I want you to get comfortable, either in your chair, you can sit on the floor, you can be laying down, whatever works for you. So just get comfortable. And we're going to start by taking 3 deep breaths. You want to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And just notice your body, either in the chair or laying down. Do you feel any areas of tension? Make sure your feet are not crossed if you're sitting in a chair or laying down, and your arms are at your sides. Now, if you're feeling any areas of tension or discomfort, this time when you breathe in, imagine that energy that you're breathing in going to that area. So breathe in through the nose. And now when you exhale, imagine blowing out that tension from that area right through your skin. And one more time, breathing in. And let this exhalation be a real letting go of any thoughts or tension anywhere in your mind and body. Beautiful. Now I want you to imagine a rope or cord or even roots going from the base of your spine down through the floor, through the crust of the earth, and through all the layers down to the molten core. And just imagine these roots or cord anchoring within the molten core of the earth. And with your next inhalation, I want you to imagine bringing up that golden earth energy into that cord or those roots up into your spinal column. So breathe in. And now we're going to continue breathe. We're going to take another breath in and we're going to have this energy come all the way up the spine to the top of your head. Breathe in and out. And with your next breath, we're going to connect that energy with the heavens. Take another deep breath in and imagine or visualize this column of light going up to the heaven, to your star in this sky. And now with your next breath, I want you to breathe in the universal divine energy of the universe. Take a nice deep breath in and bring in this energy through this column into your head, into your spinal cord, and connect it with Mother Earth. So now you're connected with heaven and earth. And now go to your heart and allow these two energies to mingle in your heart and find your quiet place, your place of higher knowing, the place where your true self resides, where there's no judgment, just pure love. And just take a moment and see how your body feels now. Just notice if there's any changes. And then go ahead and consciously send yourself some love and attune to your energetic body. And just take a few more breaths in this state. And when you're ready, wiggle your toes and fingers and open your eyes and come back to the video screen. Now, the reason grounding is so important is so you don't take on other people's energy. And even though you're only working on yourself, many people are sensitive, and this may or may not apply to you. Have you ever been in a crowd and felt irritable or around someone that was angry and then you started feeling angry, but you didn't know why? Well, you might be one of the more sensitive people, and that's perfectly fine. But grounding and connecting to the Mother Earth can protect you from taking on other people's energy. So, this is a great exercise all by itself. This is also very calming to your nervous system because when you connect to the earth, its frequency is very calming for us. So, the first technique you're going to learn is a full body technique called the self chakra connection. Now, I am going to go through the modified self chakra connection with you, but on the website page of resources, you will also see just the regular self chakra connection. The only difference is the first 3 steps. This one is slightly shorter because you're doing both legs at the same time, or the other one is you do each leg individually. So I want to encourage you to try both and see what resonates with you the most. But the purpose of this chakra connection, whether it's the regular or the modified, is to clear, connect, and balance the chakras and the energy system. Now, every joint in your body is actually a minor chakra, and we work with the arms and legs to open up just some of the minor chakras. So I'm going to show you pictures and I'm going to talk you through it. So the modified self chakra connection takes about 15 minutes, and the regular chakra connection takes 20 minutes just because of the beginning steps. We recommend you hold each position for a minute, but if you don't have that kind of time and can only do it for 30 to 45 seconds, doing it for that long is better than not doing it at all. And this is a full body technique to help you clear out any emotions or energies that are not serving you for your highest good. It's helpful for healing as it clears out any stagnation. So I want you to get comfortable in your chair or lying down. We've already grounded, centered, and attuned to yourself in the previous exercise. So just take a moment to revisualize your cord or roots going into the earth's core and then coming up and connecting with the heavens again and coming back into your heart. And we always want to set an intention before we do any type of healing, whether it's to ourselves or others. So for this, we're going to set our intention for your highest good, whatever that may be. Now place your palms on your ankles. Consciously intention for the energy centers of the feet and ankles to connect, clear, and balance. Express gratitude to your feet and ankles for the many years they have served you, standing and walking. And just notice if you feel any sensations either in your hands or in your ankles. Now, if you have back issues or other challenges for bending over, you can just stay upright and imagine your hands grasping your ankles. And you can do that for any of these positions. You don't have to physically touch the area if it's challenging for you. Now move both hands up to your knees. Again, have the intention of connecting, clearing, and balancing from your feet to your knees. Thank your, thank your knees for years of service to you and helping you to move forward in life, literally and figuratively. To send them love and appreciation. Now move your palms to the hip joints where your pelvis and femur meet. Intentionally connect, clear, and balance the length of each leg from the foot to the hip, as well as across the hips. You may or may not feel energy moving between your palms, between your hips, or down your legs. But just keep the intention of clearing, connecting, and balancing. So the next position will be over the root and sacral chakra. So one hand, the root chakra is located at the base of your pelvis. So we don't usually touch that area. So just put your hand with the palm about mid-thigh with your palm facing your pelvis. And your second hand goes just beneath your navel for the sacral chakra. Focus on your hand at the root chakra. Imagine or experience a spinning vortex of red light emanating from this chakra. Your root chakra is the chakra that corresponds most strongly with your overall physical health and vitality and your sense of being grounded and connected to the earth. This is the place where we hold our will to live and the place from which we feel safe and secure living in this world. Open yourself to healing. Leaving your hands in place, bring your attention to your sacral chakra with the intention of connecting, clearing, and balancing this chakra to your root chakra and legs. Imagine or experience a spinning vortex of orange light emanating throughout the body in that region. This is your emotional center. It holds our desires for pleasure, relationships, and for an emotional life. Your lower hand now moves up to your sacral chakra, and your upper hand moves to your solar plexus. The solar plexus is located in the V area of the rib cage. Focus on your solar plexus. Imagine or experience a spinning vortex of yellow light emanating from the solar plexus and penetrating your body. Take a deep breath to help you intentionally connect, clear, and balance this chakra to the rest of your lower body. This is your mental center. It holds your mundane thoughts, mental processes, self-esteem, personal boundaries, and your honor code. Open yourself to healing. Express gratitude. Now move your lower hand to the spleen, which is under the bottom of your rib cage on your left side. The spleen helps with your immune system and keeps your physical body healthy and vibrant. You want to connect, clear, and balance this chakra to the rest of your lower body. Now move one hand to your heart and the other on your solar plexus. Imagine or experience a spinning vortex of emerald green light. Again, emanating out through your body. And once again, connect, clear, and balance the chakra to the rest of your lower body. This chakra is the bridge between the earthly self and the higher spiritual self. And this chakra has to do with love, compassion, forgiveness, grief, and self-love. Take a moment and express gratitude for this chakra. So now your lower hand comes up to your heart, and the other hand goes to your high heart, which is located between the heart and throat on your upper chest. The thymus gland is located here and again helps to regulate the immune system. We want to clear, connect, and balance this chakra to the rest of the body, strengthening our immune system, helping us to stay healthy. Now we move to our wrist and arms. So hold each wrist with the opposite hand, as in the picture here. And again, express gratitude to your hands for everything they have done for you through your life and are continuing to do for you. Just notice if you feel energy in your hands and wrists. Now we're going to move up the arms and do each elbow. So you're holding your arms in a folded position. Now you're going to connect, clear, and balance from your hands and wrist up to your elbows. Now go ahead and come up to both shoulders. So it's like you're giving yourself a hug. Connect, clear, and balance up each arm and across your shoulders. Let your hug be like that of embracing a precious companion. And now we're going to return to the center of the body where we left off. So one hand is on your high heart, which is your upper chest. The other hand is on your throat. And you don't have to physically touch your throat. You can just put your palm facing your throat if you like. I know this is a sensitive area for some people. For the throat, you want to imagine or visualize a light blue light spinning vortex emanating throughout that area of the body. This is a chakra that allows you to communicate, to speak your truth, and to express yourself artistically and creatively. Again, express gratitude and open yourself to healing. The lower hand comes up to the throat, and the higher hand goes to your brow or third eye. So now imagine a spinning vortex of indigo light coming from the middle of your brain corresponding to the area between your eyebrows in the front and into your entire skull in the back. Connect, clear, and balance the center with the rest of your body. This chakra relates to inner vision, intuition, dreaming, and a higher form of compassion that seeks to protect and nourish all of life. The lower hand moves up to the brow, and the other hand goes to the top of your head over your crown chakra. Imagine a violet to white light emanating from the top of your head up to the heavens. Connect, clear, and balance all of your energy centers to the crown. This is your spiritual center and the ability to know the highest truth. Hold the intention for open flow, harmony, and strong connection to your entire body. The final placement is one hand on your crown and the other hand goes over your transpersonal point, which is about an arm's length above your head, directly in line with the vortex of the crown chakra. And you put your palm up towards the heavens. This is where your individual energy field connects with the universal field. It continues infinitely. This is a moment to acknowledge and honor your individuality, your individuality, as a unique creation of your loving creator. Now let your arm relax at your side and just do a scan of your body and your energy centers. And just imagine all the centers now expanded and having brilliant color. Now, to bring this meditation to an end, bring your hands slowly back to your feet. And ground yourself to continue with the activities of the day. Then open your eyes. Another good way to ground yourself is to literally tap your feet on the earth. You may want to stop the video and do some journaling if that's something you like to do, but it's not required. But do notice how you're feeling emotionally and physically. Has there been any kind of a shift or change? Okay, so now let's move on. This next technique is called the self-mind clearing. It was originally adapted from Reverend Rudy Noel, and we teach this adaptation is called self-mind clearing in level 1 of the Healing Touch program. But you can't use the same hand positions on yourself that you use on another person. So one of the Healing Touch practitioners actually figured out how to do this on oneself. And again, we encourage people to hold each position for 1 minute. But if you don't have that kind of time, even doing it for 30 seconds or less can be helpful. And if you're very short on time, like maybe you're going into a meeting that you're nervous about, or into a test, and you want to just do something to calm your mind and your nerves, positions 2, 5, and 7 seem to be the most important for doing that. So for the self-mind clearing, you start with your hands on your collarbones here, which you can feel. And you just put your palms there. This helps to relax some muscles of the front chest and in the neck. And again, we're going to hold everything for about 1 minute. And the next position would be one hand on the forehead and one hand on the back of the neck. This is helping relax the muscles of both the forehead and the back of the neck, along with promoting cerebral spinal fluid flow. And just like in the self chakra connection, if you have any shoulder issues where you can't leave your arms up here, then you can put them in your lap and just imagine or envision that your palms are there in these positions, and it can still be effective. So the next position is you have a ridge in the back of your head here. You put your thumbs there and just let your palms rest on your head. The next position is the index and middle finger on the crown or very top of your head, with your thumbs resting on the back of the head, and your other fingers just rest next to the index and middle finger. The next position, the Reverend Rudy Noel thought was the most important position because it balances the right and left side of the brain. And that's just putting 3 fingers above the top of your ear on each side. And you can just sending energy back and forth between your fingertips. Very good to balance the creative side of your brain with the linear logical side of your brain. Now, the next position is you can place your cupped palms over your eyes with your fingers on your forehead, like so. Some people like to rub their palms together before they do this position. The next position is hands across the hairline. So your middle finger is at the center, meet at the center of the forehead on your hairline. The rest just rests comfortably on each side. This is the hold that stops that monkey mind, all that mind chatter when you're trying to fall asleep at night and can't because of your thinking of all the things you have to do. And the next position is you want to find your TMJ joint. So if you just open and close your jaw, you'll be able to feel it. It's right in front of your ear. And you can just do some light circles there with your fingertips. This is very good if you clench your teeth at night or if you have TMJ issues. And then you can just hold them still. And again, putting energy between your two hands. And the next one is actually not a hold, but a motion. You start at the top of your forehead, you come down and off your chin 3 times. This relaxes all the facial muscles. And then the final position is you're going to hold both cheeks with your cupped hands. This is a very soothing, nurturing motion. And the last position is the same as the first, hands on the collarbones. This is almost like giving yourself a hug and giving thanks for taking the time to do some self-care. And again, this technique is wonderful when you have that mind chatter going. It's also very useful for students that are studying for tests and that are getting a bit overloaded. Oops. So they're getting overloaded. This is a good way for them to take a break and clear their mind for a few minutes before they go back to studying. I also have had people that have test anxiety do this before the test starts, at least the 257 position. And they said they were much calmer and were able to take the test much more easily. If you wake up in the middle of the night and your mind's going, this is also a good technique to use. If you're stressed at work, take a break and do this. It's wonderful. See, now I have to put these back on. There we are. So I hope you found this informative and helpful. And if you did, I'd love to hear from you. Also, I have a website page, mindandbodymethod.com/healing touch energy therapy, which has all the pictures for those two techniques and also for the regular chakra connection. It also talks about centering, grounding, and attuning. And that is not on the drop-down list because it's only for people that have taken the self-care for energy healing class. So you need to write this down to get in there. And if you'd like to contact me, my email is lori@mindandbodymethod.com. So if you do these techniques and you find them helpful, or if you have a question about them or what they can be used for, I'm happy to respond to an email or talk with you. My phone number is 510-381-3191. And you can find more information about healing touch and aromatherapy and guided imagery on my website as well. And my general website is just mindandbodymethod.com. Again, thank you for attending the class. And I hope you can keep your energy open and flowing so you can feel more peaceful and healthy.